The next parameter we'll look at is called chaos, or --c for short. Either one works, --chaos, --c. And chaos is kind of what it sounds like. It introduces more variation into the initial image grids the higher the value for chaos. So the value goes from 0 to 100, and the default is 0, and that's important to note. So the default starts at 0. As you increase it, you can get more unexpected results, but less repeatable results. Lower chaos values have more reliable, repeatable results. 0 to 100 is the range of values. So let's just do a couple of prompts. I'll have to fast forward once they finish, but let's do one. I'm going to keep a simple prompt that could have lots of possible interpretations. How about banana newt? I love newts, great animal. So I'll set chaos to 0, which is the default. And then I'll do another one where I set chaos maybe to 20, another where it's 40, and I'll go all the way up to 100, jumping by 20, and I'll be back when those finish. All right, well, I ended up running like 20 different examples just so I had more to show you, because chaos is one of those things that is not always obvious from one grid to the next, but if you run a bunch of stuff, you can start to tell a difference. So I ran this prompt, a sailboat, rocket, hybrid illustration with chaos of 0, the default. And all 4 of these are somewhat similar, right? It's a boat on an ocean. The amount of rocket varies for sure, and the illustration style is similar, at least with these 3. This one's a bit more 3D render-ish. These look like illustrations. Then I increased chaos to 20, and already we see a whole bunch of different types of images, right? We've got like a profile 2D drawing, and then we've got a different sort of drawing, and then we have 2 that look more 3-dimensional. One's at sunset. I don't even know if rocket is involved in this one. This one is basically just a rocket ship, and as I increase chaos more, things start to go off the rails even further. I don't know what's happening here. This is like a cellophane sailboat. This one's just a regular sailboat illustration, like a 2D sort of tech company vector illustration. Here we've got a rocket ship leaving space, beautiful, leaving Earth's orbit or some planet's orbit. It's pretty, but no sailboat. And then here we've got what basically looks like a photo of a spaceship. So a ton of diversity in the results. Generally, I keep chaos low, and there's a reason the default is 0. It will stick closer to your prompts. You'll get more similar results. But if you're exploring, if you're just playing around, you can increase chaos, and not even just playing around, but if you're not sure what you want, if you want to be surprised, you can use a slightly higher chaos number. I wouldn't go up anything above, personally, like above 20 with model number 5.2. With V5 of MidJourney, chaos is a bit more sensitive in my experience than it used to be. So I keep it low if I want to increase it at all. Because you can see here with chaos of 50, none of these really meet my prompt. I've got rocket ship, I've got sailboat, and one of them is kind of an illustration. The others are, I don't even know what to call them. So we just get a lot of crazy variation as you increase chaos. And it does go up to 100, but I'm not even going to show that with this example. Now, here's another example. I did jelly bean ice cream illustration, chaos of 0. Here's jelly bean ice cream illustration. They're all pretty similar illustration styles, composition. It's a cup that's clear, or I don't know what you would, I guess a cup, a glass filled with ice cream and jelly beans on them. Then I increase chaos a bit more to 10. And now the style changes in some of them. The background color changes. Still similar compositions, but this one is more like cartoony. This one's more 3D. This one is certainly more 3D rendery. I don't have the words to describe the styles. And then I go up to 50, and things vary a lot. We've got a bowl of really weird-looking jelly beans. We've got a cone, and then we've got, I guess those are jelly beans. Almost looks like pills in there. This is more of an illustration. So as we increase chaos, we just get more unexpected results. Here's another example. I did the prompt of banana newt. That's the one you saw me run. Chaos of 0. Most of them are pretty similar. It's a yellow newt looking straight on, pretty much centered at the quote-unquote camera that doesn't actually exist. And then as I increase chaos, this is chaos of 20. Things vary even further, different compositions, different styles. This is a very different style from this, right? This is like a macro photography shot. Is that what you would call it? A tilt shift photo? I don't know what the right term is, but a very, blurred background. And then we have these two that are kind of digital art looking. And then this one just looks like a photograph, and there's a hand in there for some reason. And then as I increase it even further, I don't even know what we're looking at here with a chaos value of 80. I mean, what happened here? This is like a dog covered in yellow cotton candy fur or lamb's wool. And then I don't know what this is either. A really weird looking set of two fingers holding some yellow thing. So as you increase that chaos, things just get, well, chaotic. And this was with a chaos value of 80, which is way higher than I would really recommend going unless you're just trying to have a good time and play around. Now here is an example of how I might actually use chaos. I gave it the prompt of pineapple heron hybrid. I just kept going for fruit plus animal hybrid, chaos of 0. And all 4 of these are very similar. Same composition, same concept, same artistic style, basically a pretty heron. I've got a nest of herons, like 50 heron nests in my backyard, and they're very noisy and very cool birds, which is, I guess, why they were on my mind. So we've got 4 of them looking the same direction from right to left, same sort of crest of feathers, the same, I mean, I guess this one has more pineapple in here. You could see like the actual part of the pineapple right there. That's with chaos of 0. Now, if I increment it a tiny bit to 10, we get pretty drastic results where one of them is kind of the same composition, but the other 3 are very different, right? One is a much wider shot, and then 2 of these are almost straight on, and the colors are different. The styles are still the same, but I'm getting more variation. Remember though, this is me only running it one time each, so it's not proof that, chaos of 10 is always going to give you tons of different composition options, but it does show with all of the other examples I've tried to provide in this video that the higher you make chaos, the crazier your results get, the more they deviate from your prompt, especially once you go above something around 20, I would say. Even above 10, you can get some weird results. So if you do want to tweak chaos, you want to be surprised, you want some chaos introduced into your images, start small, even like 5 as a good starting point. The default is 0, and it's quite sensitive. In model version 5.x, let's say 5.1 and 2, so far at least, are quite sensitive to chaos compared to earlier versions of MidJourney. So that's chaos, not one I use all the time, but sometimes.